Hi guys, I'm here today with another tag video which thought might be quite fun to do, particularly as I'm doing a vlogmas over on my other channel. I thought this would be a really quick, nice, easy video to do on this channel so you're not missing me. So the originator of this tag was Rhomany from Rhomany's Realm. And I'm taking part in Rhomany's Christmas Chronicles during December. But this one was created for her summer long. So if I look down, it's because I've got the questions printed out. So this was created for her summer long art group, and she published it on her YouTube channel as well. So I'll link the video in the description below. There's quite a few questions. There's like 20 questions in sort of several parts. So I'll just crack on because, you know, I talk a lot. Okay, so the first section is about you, or about me. 5 questions about you. So, ready? Besides art journaling, what other creative things do you do? Well, as you know, I work part-time, and my job that I do is I'm a photographer, and I specialise now. I used to do a lot of family portraiture, but I specialise now in boudoir photography. So I think that's a pretty creative job, and also graphic design. So those are my that's where I get my money from. So I think they're pretty creative. And in the past I've done quite a few different things. I used to make cards, although I don't do that anymore. I've always painted. Always painted, always drawn. I used to make and sell bath bombs and candles, and I used to run workshops on bath bomb making as well, but I don't do that anymore. I've tried to learn how to knit, but I'm not very good at knitting, and I've tried to learn how to sew and do fabric projects and things, and I'm not very good at those either. I'd love to be really creative with other things, but I'm just not, which is a shame, but you know, there we go. What else creative do I do? That's probably it. Is that enough? I'll keep busy. I'm always busy, so yeah, so they're the creative things that I do. Have you ever belonged to a live sketchbook or journaling group, or taken part in circle journals, sketch crawls, etc. with friends? No. Well, sort of. For a little while, my dad recently got into painting, follow his recovery from a stroke, and we did join a local art group, and I did go to that for a while, and I don't know, I found it very hard because you had to kind of go, when I paint or art journal or whatever I do it when the mood takes me, and when I've got time and the mood takes me, that's when I do it. And I never really know what I'm going to do, I just kind of do it. But I found going to the art group was I found it quite difficult, because you were there for 2.5 hours and you had to do something. There was all these people busily painting, and it was kind of like I either had to go with a definite idea of what I was going to do, or I had to sit there for half an hour going, I don't know what to do, while other people were busy painting. I mean, it was nice socially, excuse me, it was nice socially because, you know, you got to talk to people and stuff, but creative-wise, I found it very difficult because I couldn't, like, at home, if I've got a spare 10 minutes, I'll just do something and I'll leave all my stuff out on the desk and go back to it, so I found that quite difficult. So I don't really go anymore, to be honest. And I also I like to kind of test myself and only use certain mediums sometimes, but also it's kind of like you could only take so much with you. And sometimes when I was out, I was like, oh, I really wish I'd got that, and I'd kind of turn to go to my things, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm not at home. And I'd be like, damn, I wish I'd bought like oil pastels or whatever. So yeah, I found that quite difficult. I'd love to go out and about and sketch and stuff, and we now live in a really beautiful part of the countryside, and this summer I was quite busy with the house move, so hopefully next summer I'll be able to get out and about nearer where we live. I don't have any friends that do what I do, which is a shame. So yeah, it would be really nice to go out with friends and sketch together or create together. That would be lovely. But no, I don't have any friends that do it. That's sad. Do you recycle things to put into your journal? What, how often? Yes, I do. Hold up. For example, I don't know, is this recycling? But I went to see a concert. I went to see Texas in concert, and I've got the ticket to go into my journal. Because my journal isn't an art journal. It isn't a written journal. It isn't a sketchbook or a scrapbook or anything like that. My journal is just my journal. And into that goes whatever I feel like putting into it, if you see what I mean. So, like, here we go. It's a picture of a little foxy I drew, and I was talking about autumn. Here is some. This is a picture of bread. My husband really likes making bread at the weekends, and I saw this picture of bread, and I kind of wrote about autumnal stuff. So this picture of bread I salvaged from a magazine, and this is some paper, like a background that I salvaged from a magazine as well. So I guess that's kind of recycling, isn't it? Because it didn't go into the bin. I used it for something else. Other than that, have I used anything? No, I don't think I have, really. Other than that, does that qualify as recycling? But that's the sort of stuff I do. Put just random stuff in my journal. Do you have any odd or unusual journaling habits? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. What would be odd and unusual? I don't know what odd and unusual would be. So I don't think I do. No. I can't think of anything. If you think I have, then let me know. But I guess everything's unique to you, isn't it? Excuse me. Desert island. You already have your journal, basic tools, e.g. gesso, scissors, pen, pencil, etc. What one other thing are you going to need? One other thing. Oh, I can't decide. I think I would go for this set of Winsor and Newton watercolours. That's what I'd go for. I think because I feel like it's quite versatile and I could do a lot with it. That's what I'd go for. Yeah, that's what I would go for. Okay, the next section is questions about your journals. So, my journals. How many of the following do you have? This is just for general interest, a slight twist on how long have you been art journaling. Okay, so complete journals, finished but incomplete journals, journals you still consider in progress. So how many of those do I have? Don't know. A lot. Because I have been journaling since I was a child, and I've always had a notebook fetish, always, and every year for Christmas, my mum used to buy me like a diary or a secret diary type thing, and I'm going to keep talking. And so I have been journaling for a long time. And when we moved, we found a load of my old journals, and my parents moved recently, found a load of my old journals. Well, they've now gone up in the loft, apart from this one from 1992. This is a Mickey Mouse diary. Keep off, Mum and Dad. So, how old was I in 1992? I was 11. I was 11 in 1992. This was mainly a written diary, like a written journal. It was a diary with, that I used to journal in when I was 11. So yeah, I've got lots of journals because I'm 32. I'm going to be 33 in February. So over that time, I've created quite a lot of journals. How many? I've got a lot of journals that I would consider finished but incomplete, because not so much now, but when I was younger, I used to get bored with a journal, and I used to perhaps do half of it, and then I used to waste the other half and buy a fresh new book. And also, if I'd been in a place where I'd been sort of quite negative, or I'd been writing a lot of negative things, I would also stop that journal and start afresh with a new one. So I've got a few of those, but I don't have any in progress journals. I mean, I've got, well, actually, because I usually have two or a couple on the go. So I've got this one, just getting a bit chunky, and this one that you saw, which has only got one page done in it. It's not a very good page, so don't judge me. That's it. But so they're in progress. I've got a couple in progress. If I was to answer that question again in short, which I probably should have done, I would have to say a lot. Right, move on, because I'm just going to waffle. What and how much do you write in your journals? Now, this has changed over time, because I have some journals that are pretty much just pretty drawings, and other journals that are just oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles of writing. And it kind of varies between different stages of my life. When I was young, when I was a teen, oh my god, I used to just write reams and reams and reams, and when I read back over it, it's like, it's just the same stuff all the time. I use my journal when I'm really happy, or when I'm in a happy place. I tend to draw a lot. When I'm in a not so good place, I tend to write a lot, which is a shame in a lot of ways, because I don't want to look back over my journals and see so much negativity, or, when I shuffle off this mortal realm, whatever people call it, when I die and future generations come across my journals, I don't necessarily want to be remembered as this big old whinge bag who moaned about stuff. But equally, I do find it quite therapeutic to get all my feelings out into a journal. So just lately, I have been trying to push myself and expand on my creativity, and I've been trying to write and journal about happy things as well, because that also reinforces my positivity and my happiness. And also, like with kind of the ticket stubs, I've kind of been trying to document my life a bit more. Now, if you watched my other video on this channel, which was, I showed you, I mean, I've talked about this before because I did a video on my current journals. So I did a video on my current journals and how and why I journal in this video. So I did a video on this channel on how I journal, why I journal, and my current journals. So I'm not going to go over it too much in this video. Because I talked about how I document my life. But that's kind of like that was about our joint life as a married couple. So whereas I'm trying to put in my journal more stuff for me and kind of using it as a smash book. So this was a concert we went to earlier in the year, and there's just a photo of me just chilling and some journaling about it and the tickets and all that stuff. So I can keep the tickets in a smash book style format. So yeah, so if you're interested kind of in more of that, then I'd suggest you go and check out those videos. Because I'll talk forever. Do you rant in your journals, and if so, what about? I wouldn't say I rant. I just whinge, probably. So no, I don't really rant. Not a ranty type person. Apart from recycling, what non-art supplies do you regularly use in your journals? I regularly use non-art supplies. Is paper considered art supply? I don't know. Photos? Like this is some scrapbook paper, and obviously a photo of my bunny, and this photo of my piggy digs. Are they considered art supplies? I don't know, but that's probably what I do. I don't really know what else. Do you ever journal out and about or outside your own house or garden environment? I do. I sometimes take a sketchbook to a coffee shop, and sometimes I'll doodle or sketch, and I always take a journal on holiday with me. And yeah, I like journaling on the beach. Oh, I love the beach. So yeah, I do, and I love it. Next section. Questions about caring and sharing. Is your journal a healing tool for you? If so, how? If not, why not? What is it to you? Yes, no, sometimes all the above. Because I just journal for fun, and I journal because I like to journal, but sometimes I do use it for healing. My guinea pig passed away earlier this year, and I kind of put a few photos in there and a rainbow of tears, so journaling about him. And then I drew this picture of, like, it's supposed to be representation of me with some tears because I was upset. Did it help me? I don't know. I just felt like I needed to draw. Sometimes I just sit there and I'll go and get my journal and some paper or some pens and come and sit back down on the sofa just because I feel the urge to draw. Is it healing? Yeah, I guess it must be healing. I guess it must be. To get it all down and out. So yeah, I guess so. I don't know how it's healing. I guess because I've kind of shared it, or I've expressed it, or I've been able to express what I feel. I don't know. It's a tricky one because I never really thought of it like that. So yeah, I guess it is a healing tool. Apart from what you share by choice online, do you let anyone ever just browse your journals? No. I mean, I don't ever hide my journals. Now. I do. If we've gone on holiday and my mother-in-law has stayed in the house, and I hope she's not watching this, I do hide one particular journal because it has some negative stuff in there, on some personal stuff that I'm not very comfortable. I'm not saying she would look. I don't know. That's rude, isn't it? I'm not saying she would look, but I do hide it just in case she does. That's horrible, isn't it? Is that a horrible thing to say, judging my mother-in-law? But I hope you don't think I'm mean by that, but it's just because it's got some personal stuff in it and I don't want anyone to see it. My husband is very respectful. He also keeps a journal, which I know where it is, and he sort of said that I could do a video on it, so we'll see. But I know where his journal is. He doesn't write in it all that often, but he does have one, and I know where it is, and he doesn't lock it away or anything. But I am respectful that that's his personal space, and equally he is the same with me. Like, my journal most often is just on my desk next to the computer, and so it's there for him anytime to look through, but he doesn't. I've never seen him look through it. He might do, I don't know, but I guess there's nothing in there that he probably doesn't already know, or because we've got quite an open relationship and we do talk about a lot of stuff, so there's probably nothing in there that he wouldn't already know, but he doesn't look. And, you know, visitors who come to the house, I guess they don't necessarily come upstairs and... I mean, I don't actively go to visitors. Here, have you seen my journal? Please do browse through my journal. You know, I don't do that. So no one really sees it other than you guys online. So, yeah. Do your friends or family know you're a journal keeper? Do they think you're a little crazy, or do they support your habit? Well, my husband supports my habit and he knows I'm a journal keeper. My parents know I'm a journal keeper because they know that I do these videos, and as I say, my mum used to buy me journals when I was younger. Do my friends know? Well, kind of, but not really. Not really. I love my friends to bits. We've been friends for years and years and years and years. But we do have very differing interests, which is a shame because I really love some arty friends. Do they think you're crazy? My friends always think I'm crazy. But they are very supportive friends. Privacy. How important is it to you? Well. Some ways a lot, because as I said, I did hide that journal. Then other ways not so much. For example, I share my journals, but there are some private pages in my journals, and I always just kind of paperclip them together when I'm doing a journal flip. Generally speaking, there's never anything in there that's that private. I do have a journal just for writing as well, which I haven't used for a while, but if there's anything really private, I guess I do it in there, and that's the one that I hid when my mother-in-law stayed. So yeah, I guess it is important, and I'll only share what I want to share, basically. What would be your one piece of advice to anyone new to journaling, not necessarily art journaling? My one piece of advice really is, don't get bogged down by people who say that you need certain things to do journaling. You don't. All that you need to do journaling is this. Piece of paper. Pen. That's journaling, okay? You do not need... If you're going to do art journaling, you do not need acrylic paints, the expensive ones, and stencils, and this, and that, and the other. You don't need it, and I think there's quite a few people now who are kind of taking a proactive step to encourage newbies that you don't need to do that. Rhomany for one, Jenny Belly for another one, me. You know, you don't need stuff. You don't need material things to journal. You don't, folks. You really don't. And that would be my big piece of advice is don't feel pressured that, you know, I mean, I watch videos and I go, ooh, a new stencil, I must have that. I must have that. You know, you don't need it. I mean, you don't need oodles and oodles of supplies. You really do not. If you can afford them and you want them, then that's fair enough. But don't feel pressurised to think that you can't journal because you don't have these things, because that's rubbish. And that's my advice to you. Okay. Right. Is this the last few? Yeah, quick fire round. Name your preference. Ink or paint? ink. Pen or pencil? Pencil. In your face or subtle? Both. Photos or collage scraps? Mainly photos. I don't very often use collage scraps. Sketches you've done or magazine cutouts? Sketches. So that's it for did she call it the journal tag? A journal tag from Rhomany's Realm. I shall link Rhomany's video in the comments section below, so you can go and check that video out. I won't put the questions below because you can get the questions off of Rhomany's video. She's got them all typed out in her comments section, so I'm going to do that. I'll be lazy, send you over there. So yeah, so I tag anyone who's watching and would like to do this video. So yeah, please do it. Let me know, and then I can come on over and watch. So yeah, so thanks for watching. Take care. Bye. It's oh, that's the phone ringing. Keep going. That's the door.